Hello everybody, it's Refresh, and I am here to take a look at the Silverquill Statement Commander Deck for Magic the Gathering from Strixhaven School of Mages. On the back it says, make a counter statement. Choose your commander and overcome both friend and foe in this definitive multiplayer Magic format. Team up with Brina and control the flow of battle with convincing political cards. Load up your creatures with +1/+1 counters while your enemies duke it out, and then move in for the win. Silverquill College. Stylish, intimidating, and driven, Silverquill mages are the masters of words. From inspiring battle poetry to biting arcane insults, their students are natural leaders, driven and competitive, with a piercing wit and a never a second place attitude. Inside is a deck box, 100 card deck with 17 new cards, 10 double-sided token cards, a life wheel, strategy insert, and reference card. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's inside. There's some tokens all around the edge. Here's our deck box. Here's our life wheel. Looks like my strategy insert took some water damage, but we have some background information about Brina, Nils, Fane, Felisa, as well as how to play Commander on the back. And this is the deck. There's also a tip card with a reminder of the phases of Magic and popular Magic formats on the back. Now that I've had a chance to look at these cards, I will go ahead and sleeve them up, play them against their peers, and I'll be back to let you know what I think. So I've had a chance to play with this deck a little, and I have some thoughts. The first thing that I have to note is that it's not really that easy to figure out what this deck's actual theme is. Even when you look at the two commanders, Brina is a politics commander and Felisa is a token generating creature, and I feel like these two themes aren't even carried all that well throughout the entire deck, making it feel kind of like a hodgepodge of here's some good cards and here's some okay cards and let's see if it works. So the politics cards, like Brina, are some of the most fun cards in this deck because they pit your opponents against each other, and you can also use them to earn favors from your opponents. For example, cards like Infernal Offering and Guardian Archon and Magister of Worth and Coveted Jewel. All of these cards have some kind of impact where you either benefit yourself and chosen players, or you can use them as leverage to get them to make concessions to you that are not necessarily on the board, like not attacking you for a turn or attacking the person that you want them to attack. And so all of these parts are pretty fun. Felisa as a commander is much less fun in the actual commander format because she just generates tokens when your stuff dies. And there is a little bit of an aristocrats theme here, but it's not a very strong theme. And so consequently, I'm not entirely sold on what this deck is entirely trying to do. Now, I think that in terms of overall power level, I think it's strong enough to actually hold with is entirely trying to do. Now, I think that in terms of overall power level, I think it's strong enough to actually hold with other pre-constructed decks around this power level, but I just found it to be a really messy way to play the game when it's not entirely clear what you're trying to do with this deck. And the cards come up and you're left wondering, like, what kind of victory condition is this deck moving towards, other than just play good cards and hope that they work. And that ultimately made this deck quite disappointing, despite the fact that I really like the politics angle of this deck, and I just kind of wish that the deck really focused a lot more around it rather than just mixing in all sorts of other things into this deck that don't really have anything to do with that. And so those are my thoughts regarding the Silverquill Statement deck. If you have any experience with this deck, please share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button. If you'd like to see more of my videos, you can hit subscribe. This is Refresh. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.